Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Evelyn. So as you can tell, I am in the car, and that is because we are going to be heading over to HomeGoods to see what we can find. I feel like HomeGoods is killing it lately with all the items that they have in store. I have gone a few times and recorded everything that I have seen, so I wanted to go one last time to see what we could find. So they're actually not open yet. I believe my HomeGoods opens at 9:30, so we still have quite a bit of time before I head over there. I did want to let you guys know that I do have an Instagram. I don't really promote it here on my YouTube channel, but I'm trying to be more active on there, trying to engage with you guys more. So I have been posting on stories and just showing you guys some behind the scenes. If you do want to follow me on there, I will have the link down below. And meanwhile we wait, I think I'm going to respond to some comments from Instagram, from YouTube, and also respond to some DMs. I also have to take my vitamins. I actually used to have an alarm to remind me to take my vitamins because I used to always forget, and now I started taking these from Ritual. They are their essential postnatal vitamin, and you can take them with or without food, so they are super gentle on my stomach. And a huge thank you to Ritual for sponsoring today's video. So I have been taking their postnatal vitamin, and it has given me so much peace of mind knowing that I am taking care of my postpartum nutrition, especially because I am breastfeeding. My body does require more key nutrients than it did when I was pregnant, so I did choose their postnatal, and these actually smell amazing. They are essence with lemon or mint. I chose lemon, and they smell like a lemon candy, so they're super easy to take. I do take 2 capsules a day with or without food any time of the day. I have been a lot more consistent. I don't need an alarm to remind me to take it at a certain time of the day. These are formulated with clean, high quality key ingredients that are vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, and major allergen free, and they are also traceable, so you know exactly what you are putting in your body, because not all key ingredients are made equally. So it's going to give you peace of mind in knowing where all their ingredients are coming from. So I just take 2 capsules a day with or without food, like I mentioned, and they are a subscription, so I don't have to remember to reorder them. They are automatically delivered to my door so that I never run out. And if you do want to try out Ritual, you can get 25% off your first order using my link down below, or you can use my code Evelyn25. And if for some reason you don't end up liking Ritual within the first 30 days, your order will be on them. So I will have that link down below for you guys so you guys can check them out. And I believe HomeGoods is going to open any minute now, so we are going to head over there and see what we can find. Alright, so we are going to be heading over to HomeGoods, and like I mentioned, I have gone a couple of times and I have recorded everything that I have seen, and I have been very impressed with HomeGoods lately. They have so many good items, starting off with this beautiful Travertine Bowl. I saw this online and it's even prettier in person. It is $24.99 and I love the texture of it, styled on top of a book on your shelves. It would look so pretty. I also saw this beautiful vase that reminded me so much of those Turkish olive jars from Olive Ateliers. It was $34.99, which is on the pricier side, but compared to those at Olive Ateliers, it is so much more affordable. And a lot of you always ask me where I get my coffee table books from, and a lot of them are from HomeGoods or Amazon. As you can see, they did have the Live Beautiful book for $24.99. They also have so many beaded garlands that are very affordable that you can style on a tray, on books. And moving on to these beautiful Boucle Ottomans, I thought these were so cute. I love the little bun feet, and I love the texture that they would add to a space. I also saw this beautiful, I want to say it's a sideboard, and I loved the handles on it, the color and the texture that it had. I feel like this was a great price at $2.99, and I love finding things like this at HomeGoods because it's not going to be something that everyone else has. It's going to be very unique in your home, so this was a great piece. I feel like it would go with multiple styles. And I also saw these beautiful benches that you could use in your entryway or even at the end of the bed. They were $180, and once again, it would add so much texture to your space. HomeGoods has had so many beautiful vases lately, starting off with this beautiful vase that kind of reminds me of a picture, but it is a vase, and I love how rustic it looks, very organic, like you found it outside. It was $29.99, which I thought was a little pricey for the size, but I also saw these other 2 vases that I thought were beautiful paired together. I feel like they would look really nice at the top of a shelf. They had so much texture, and they were both $34.99, which I thought was odd because one was smaller than the other. Once again, if you are looking for a beaded garland, I would go to HomeGoods first. They always have so many, and they had this wood tone one that was $29.99, which I thought was a little pricey. Moving on to some other vases, I love the handles on this one and the texture. I would probably paint it. This one was $29.99, and they also had a smaller version. Again, I would probably paint these to look a little bit older and give it more like an Olive Atelier look. I also saw so many bowls. I would think these are bowls. These were $29.99, and they did have 3 different styles, and they all ranged from $24.99 to $29.99. This next bowl I thought was stunning. The scallop detail, the marble look. It was real marble. It was super heavy, but I thought $49.99 was way too expensive, but it is really beautiful. I could see it styled on top of a book or just by itself. And these next vases that I am about to show you reminded me so much of the olive jars that you see at Olive Atelier. They did have 2 different sizes, so the smaller one was $30 and then the bigger one was $40. And I would probably style the bigger one and the smaller one together. I think they would look beautiful on top of a shelf. And here's another bowl that I saw that reminded me of those other ones that I showed you. This one was $29.99. Again, it had so much texture. I thought it was very unique. And if you happen to find one that was smaller, I would probably style them stacked on top of a book on your shelves. They also had this beautiful vase with these handles. A look at the texture. I loved it so much, and I thought the price was great at $29.99. I thought this next vase was absolutely beautiful. It reminded me of something you would see on a designer's website, and the price was amazing. It was only $19.99, perfect to style on a coffee table with some beautiful greenery. I found another one of those bowls. This one was very plain. It didn't have the little feet or any ridges, and it was also $29.99. And again, if you want to buy books, check out HomeGoods. They always have the very popular coffee table books. This one was $24.99, and the prices are always going to be cheaper than Amazon or Target or anywhere else where they sell coffee table books. This other vase that I saw was so pretty. It had 4 handles and it was $39.99. And moving on to some lamps, I saw this beautiful black floor lamp that had this little loop detail at the top. It was $79.99, and at first I had seen it online and I thought it was beautiful, but it is even more pretty in person. It is stunning. I loved it so much. If I had a spot for it, I would have got it. I also saw this really pretty table lamp. It had this glass bubble look to it. It is from Ralph Lauren and it is $89.99, which is really pricey for a table lamp, but it was stunning. It was different. I also saw this other floor lamp that I thought was interesting, very different, although it did remind me of a mushroom, but I love the texture that it would add to a space. Moving on to these candlestick holders, you could tell they were really good quality because they were very heavy, and I love how the brass looked aged and old, and they were each $14.99, which is not bad at all. I also saw another one of these rustic vases. This one was pricey at $34.99. It was on the smaller side, and I thought this pillow was gorgeous. I actually debated whether to get it or not, but I don't think I need any more pillows. It was $29.99, and I personally thought it looked like a designer pillow. I also saw so many beautiful canisters. I thought this all glass one was gorgeous. I love the clean and minimal look to it, and it was only $7.99, which I thought was so good. Most of their kitchen items are usually priced very well. I also saw these beautiful canisters. They reminded me so much of my oil dispenser, and the smallest one was $6.99, and they did have a larger one that was $7.99. Again, these are priced very well, and you can get both of them and style them in your kitchen, or you can even style them in a bathroom with some cotton pads and cotton balls. I also saw this oil dispenser. It is like the larger version of the one that I have, and it was only $9.99. I couldn't believe the price because I believe mine was like $20 on Amazon, and it is smaller. So now I'm kind of looking back and kind of regretting not getting this one because it looked a lot more expensive than it was. And if you remember those black vases that I showed earlier, they also had it in a white color, again for the same price of $30, and they also had it in this orange color, but once again I would probably paint them to look a little bit older. They also also had the smaller version of that black handled vase. This one was $60.99, and again, I love the texture that it had. It looked very old. I also saw this white vase that I would probably paint and DIY into something that looks older and more rustic, but the price was great at $19.99. And this beaded garland was beautiful. It was $19.99. I was actually going to get it, but it wasn't like your typical garland. It was like a big loop, and I didn't like that, so I passed on it. HomeGoods has a lot of patio furniture out right now, and I saw these beautiful lounge chairs. They were $199, and they did have two at my store. I thought they looked very high-end, probably something that you would see on McGee & Co. And I also saw so many beautiful floor lamps. They ranged anywhere from $100 to $120, and I love the vintage look to it. I love the pleated lampshade, and they did have multiple colors. They also had so many frames. I thought these looked very expensive, and the price was great at $19.99. I would probably do a gallery wall, kind of like the one that I have in my entryway, so if you are in need of some black frames, run to HomeGoods. Moving on to some kitchen items, I saw these beautiful glass vases. They were Tommy Bahama, and they looked very expensive. They were on sale for $3.50, and I also saw these rattan ones that were $4.99. I would probably style these in a hutch or anywhere in your kitchen where you have shelves. I thought this canister was so cute for a kitchen or a bathroom, and it was only $4.99. And these wine glasses were $12.99 and looked very high end. And last but not least, my favorite item from HomeGoods was this beautiful scalloped tray. It was $19.99, which I couldn't believe. It was such a great price, and they did have two different sizes. I believe the bigger one was $29.99. This tray was absolutely beautiful, and I wish I had a spot for it because it would have gone home with me. But anyways, that concludes today's HomeGoods shop with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed and got to see what HomeGoods has in store. They have been killing it lately with all of their vases and decorative items, so hopefully your HomeGoods also has these items. I did pick up a few items that I will be sharing in a haul very soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, I appreciate all of you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.